I am so delighted to be here with you this morning and tell you a little bit about myself and what I'm doing. I grew up in Camden, South Carolina, graduated high school there in 1987. It's a little small town. And as I was growing up, I did not have a mentor, and both of my parents were very mentally ill. My father suffered bipolar depression with schizophrenia. And I keep hearing myself say that, sorry. He was frequently not there. He was committed to a mental institution at Toomey Hospital in Sumter for months on end in a padded cell. This was in the 1970s when there was not effective medication. He struggled to work. When he was working, he was a contractor and gone for a week to 2 weeks at a time across multi-states. My mother suffered from various mental illnesses. She was a nurse, and she stole, for lack of a better word, prescription medications from her places of employment and abused those medications. So she was not at home at all either physically or emotionally. When my father and my mother divorced, I was about in 7th grade, and she took that as an opportunity to relive her second childhood. She began dating all kinds of people and was frequently gone again. My older brother and sister had left the home, and I was home alone. I was less important than anything in her life at that point. She was pretty much done parenting. That really influenced many things in my life, especially at that vulnerable period in middle school and high school. Not that I would have changed my path. My sister told me that from a very early age, I carried around my baby dolls with me. I was destined to be a mom. That was just what I was going to be. But I see back on my childhood and my early adulthood and how I could have made better decisions, been more solid as an adult. Maybe I would have chosen the path of a mom, but maybe I would have seen different opportunities that I didn't realize that I had either. I finished college in Spartanburg. I moved back to Irmo in 1990. I met and married my husband at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, and we quickly started our beautiful family. I stayed home and I reared my children for the past 26 years, and I have 7 children. So proud of them. I homeschooled them for 12 of those years. I have 4 girls and 3 boys, and they now range in age from 26. My youngest just turned 15 yesterday. So we get to begin to teach driving to our last child. 3 are grown and out of the house. I have 1 at USC and 3 are in high school. Being their mother has been the biggest challenge and the most rewarding blessing that God has ever given me. I am honored and so proud to see them grow into intelligent, kind, and amazing individuals. They are becoming more independent very quickly. No longer need mom, even the ones that are still at home, or they think they don't. And so I began searching for a way that I could use my experiences as a parent and as a young person in my life growing up, my skills, my time, to make a difference in the world around me. I just see where God has given me so much and has blessed me with so much in my life, and I have so much to offer. I'm in a position professionally and individually and time-wise that I have this to give back. This past Christmas, my family told me about a dear friend of ours named John in Greer, South Carolina, and he began mentoring a young man named Skylar, and Skylar was in his upper middle school age. Skylar was abandoned by his mother at a very young age. He had a father. His father was not very educated, and they lived below the poverty level. Skylar just did not have a lot of self-confidence. He was very introverted. He'd been bullied a lot quite at school, and even at once had his teeth knocked in. John began visiting Skylar every week, and they soon became really good friends. John took notice that Skylar was actually very smart and had a great deal of potential, but Skylar just didn't see himself that way. And so over a period of time, after constant mentoring once a week, going in and eating lunch with him once a week in the school during his lunch period, Skylar's grades began to improve. His confidence began to build. John kept encouraging him to get more and more involved in school activities activities and his studying, his habits, just his mindset, and began showing him life beyond the school system of what his potential could be. And through these repeated interactions, Tyler began to believe in himself. His grades began to improve. He did get more involved at school. And I am thrilled to be able to stand here and say Skylar graduated high school this past year. He is now a freshman at Clemson University. Every time I tell this story, I almost cry because it's just so impactful what 30 minutes a week can do for a child. John searched for an orthodontist in the upstate area, and he found one that offered to fix Skylar's teeth for free. And that was his graduation gift to this young man this past year. John's mentoring relationship with Skylar continues as he picks him up regularly, takes him out for a meal, and takes him to his orthodontist appointments. This ignited a fire in me like you would not believe. So I began searching more and more about the mentoring movement. I learned that in the upstate, we have an organization called Mentor Upstate, which is the organization that John mentors through. They started in 2010 in only preschool and after-school programs. They have now grown to more than 1,000 mentors in more than 100 schools across 6 counties in 9 years. They turned me on to the National Mentoring Partnership in Boston, and I began to see the national wave that is happening, and I've given you some papers in that today if you want to take a look at those. The effect nationwide, the data is absolutely phenomenal, and it's unmistakable. We can't deny this any longer. Furthermore, the National Dropout Prevention Organization states that mentoring is number 3 out of the strategies that are most effective at preventing high school dropout. I'm working extremely hard with our local and state and national legislature to help build mentoring programs in every school across South Carolina. That is my vision and my goal. I want to speak regularly to groups like here. I'm involved in Rotary Club and Optimist Club and other organizations that give me a platform to share my vision and to educate the community about the need for and the impact of high-quality mentoring programs for our youth. I hope that you will join with me in whatever capacity that you have, whether it's becoming a mentor yourself, but helping me further my communications within the community and the awareness that we bring by help furthering my presence on social media, and in whatever avenues in your sphere of influence that you have to help bring this reality to all of our youth. 1 in 3 young people in America today will grow up without a positive role model in their lives to help them achieve their highest potential. And that's the gap that I want